Hello and welcome back to the best podcast in all the land.
Oh, I like that.
Yep, Loopholes and Lockouts. It's back here for another week, and very keen for this minor buy. Keep the good times rolling. The green arrows. Pretty sure we all greened last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
On
Yeah.
reflection.
Yeah.
Big Dan had a green.
What was the number? I think
Let's
it
go
was
find
like
that.
800 places.
I was
780 places.
Look, to quote I don't know who, it's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
start. It's a start.
I mean, if I just, times that by 10 next week, go up 7,800 places, that'd be
Look,
great.
it could happen.
It could happen.
You're only one big week away from like 20,000 spots, I reckon.
Well, let's hope so.
I was very surprised to see a green next to my name. I thought I'd
I wasn't.
sort of hold
It's
rank.
got 1050.
Yeah, but like I thought top 10% would all be flying.
Didn't you clock how brutal of a week it was? People were playing teams with like 11, 12, 10
Yeah.
players.
It is true. Anyway, I'll take it.
My number.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, into the stuff this week. We're just so for our main segment for the viewers, we're gonna get into just some potty guys, some guys we're thinking like that could come into contention for the run home. We're probably not saying, oh, definitely go get this guy in the next coming weeks, but he's someone to keep a sneaky eye on, I think, for a couple of these guys. So we're gonna cover a couple guys around that sort of 15%. But 15% owned in the top 10%. That's kind of what our metric we're using, and obviously lower. But so we'll give you a couple like guys floating around the pod mark, and then hopefully some guys that are like 1% owned, like 3% owned, something like that around that, and just some guys that you could heat up on the run home and to keep an eye on. So yeah,
I'll be looking at all these guys because I need to get differential players in my team, don't I?
Yep. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. But I think it's always good to have a couple pods in your team on the run home, just
Absolutely.
someone to differentiate, so everyone doesn't have the exact same team. But yeah, so that's the main segment for today, and then obviously all the other ones will stay consistent and the same. And without further ado, should we jump into the team list?
Yes. Speaking of, wow, I've not got a single pod on my team apart from Alex Schwal. That's good stuff.
He's a good pod. He's a good pod.
It'd be nicer if he was playing this week, but
Yeah.
sure. All right. Friday night, Knights against the Dragons. Now, the caveats to all this will be, origin inclusions and exclusions. So that'd be one to keep monitoring over the course of the week. But as it stands, Kalen Ponga and Dylan Lucas have been named to back up from the Knights. Bradman Best returns to the centres. And otherwise, this looks like a unchanged side for the Knights, apart from Thomas Kent coming in for Jermaine McEwen just for one game while he's been suspended by the club. For the Dragons, a wild Christian Tuipulotu appears into the reserves, which puts a bigger smile on my dial. Hopefully he makes his way to the starting side. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, well, it got me quite angry when I saw that.
I imagine it would have, yeah.
Because there's been absolutely no information whatsoever until he just re-entered the side.
I've never seen less chat about a player ever.
and probably the second less amount of chat about a player. Hamasi Makasini. I just don't know where the bloke's been.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
The
But, I mean,
Hamasi
I think
mystery.
it's just a genuine pull because he's on the bench this week.
He is 18 this week.
What?
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Dragon side looks basically like the Dragon side we've come to know and love. Yeah. Any thoughts on this game, everyone? Shout out Mane Leilua back on the Knights bench. Good to see you, Mane Leilua.
Oh yeah.
What a king.
The king himself.
What a time of the year that was.
I guess just the opinion on whether Ponga and Dill Lucas will or won't back up.
I reckon Dylan Lucas. I think Dylan Lucas is honestly a coin flip. I think it'll just depend on how the game kind of looks.
Yeah.
I reckon Ponga's 1 to 2%.
Yeah, and logically that definitely makes sense. But I just feel like, why does Holbrook just name him like that? Like, there's been plenty of times where, he backed up in round whatever it was, 13, and we thought he might get an early shower against Para. I mean, granted, that wasn't just the easy destroying that we thought it would be. But like, just some of those moments where Holbrook has had chances not to play him or like not to name him, and he just names him anyway. Like, logically, I probably agree with you that he won't play. But it's like, I mean, I guess he could.
Yeah, I mean, he's been named. So
Anyway, it's one to keep an eye on. So if you do need that number, probably don't count on it, I would say.
Yeah, don't rely on it.
Yeah.
Have a contingency plan.
Yes, sir.
Next game, Saturday, 3 p.m, Tigers against the Dolphins. So the Tigers have stuck with their same backline as last week. Patrick Herbert in the centre, Stafford Toa on the wing. And this forward pack looks basically the same. Tony Sukar and Sione Finau in the second row. Alex Seyfarth at lock. We'll get to talking about a few of those guys a little bit later. For the Dolphins, I reckon this is an unchanged side from last week. None of the Origin guys been named to back up.
They have in the extended, so interesting to see whether Max Plath and Finay Fuiaki flip into the side.
Oh, okay, they
Actually
are
named as additional numbers.
Oh, that would be absolutely magical for the Boonah Stallions. I reckon there's a low chance of that, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
flight from Melbourne to Sydney, probably Thursday morning, and then having to rest the body, I think it's probably pretty low for a Saturday early game.
I think it's more just for me that this Dolphin side performed excellently last week. I think you just kind of keep the side rolling, would be my opinion. Give the boys a rest.
Yep. Well, I'm not sure about Max Plath because he's probably going to play a decent minute role, even if it's from the bench. Yeah, that's right. But Finney might not even get on. And if he doesn't get on for like 20 minutes, I reckon they might play him.
I haven't thought about the Maroons' rotations, to be honest.
I mean,
vibes, it just feels like Finney will get on, but...
I mean, yeah, to be fair, they did use Nicaragua in that position in game 1.
Yeah, I feel like Nicaragua and Finney will split minutes.
But like, if he only gets on for like 30 minutes, is there a reason for them to not play him?
Fair.
I think they might.
I mean, listen, you've got my attention.
No, I'm praying as well. Don't worry, man.
Let's go back to the Tigers, though. Sukar, Finau, Seyfarth, they've all kind of found themselves around the cheaper kind of echelon in the second row. Now that Kaipis Paul's out, it kind of looks like there might be some spots opening up for one of them. I guess the question just is, who is it, though?
Yep.
Any of them kind of pinging on anyone's radar?
I mean, spoiler to my trades, I'm going to have to nuff out this week. I was definitely considering Tony Sukar as an option for an extra 42K or something, I think it is. You pay and then get maybe an additional number for 18. I don't think it's the worst play ever. I also just don't think I need the number. But if you're out there and you need the number and you're looking at nothing this week to get cash back out of maybe a Kaipis Pool or someone like that, I think there's a genuine play in it. Samuela finally not back till round 20 at this stage. So the only concern is Alex Twal coming back, which I think will just move Seyfarth back to the bench. I think there'll be the two spots there, and Tony Sukar feels like that big minute player rather than Finau. So, yeah, I think there's a great play in it.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about Sione Finau as a buy this week. Some fellow podcasters have actually said they might be buying him this week.
Yeah, right.
On SC Playbook, which shook me to my core, to be honest.
Wow.
I think it's a very short-term play, and everyone's extremely short on trades. So if it's a risk that doesn't pay off, they go back to the bench and pay 20 minutes. You have yourself a little AE nightmare on your hands.
Yeah, definitely. And what is Sione's price?
Low to mid fours.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, right.
I think it's value. Oh, sorry, mid threes. It's value. Like he's cheap. He's better player than 350K, obviously.
It's just about the role, and I think you've already seen with like the outside backs as well. Bench is basically just playing musical chairs. Like he played Stafford and known centre on the wing on the weekend, and he's done it again.
Yeah.
He's got Lau Lily on the bench. Like he's got Tavana in the reserves. Like, well, maybe not the reserves this week, but not Lau Lily on the bench this week, but it was. He did move into the bench last week before kickoff, and Maxini dropped out. But like it's just like I think he's also done a similar thing with the second rowers. There was a couple of weeks ago where I was looking to go down to Tony Sukar, and it was going to be like this awesome plan that I'd constructed in my mind, and he just didn't get named.
That's right. I remember that.
And I was like, okay. Well, I guess do I go other known second rower? What's his name? Oh,
Francis Money.
Oh no, I had it for a second. Not Tui Pilotu. Satili Tupanua, that's the one.
Oh,
yeah, I was going to go for that genius buy until Josh Curran was on the second row, and then he got switched just before kickoff, and then
that was crushing.
It was a weird time. And I was looking at Cooper Bye. Remember that?
Yes,
I kind of wanted to keep that quiet because he's been absolutely terrible, even in the weeks when I thought he would be good.
That's good to own up, mate. It's good to own up.
Yeah, you got to own up. You got to go own up. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's just kind of like
there's a lot going on.
You just don't really know the role there, and if he's not going to be a strong number, or sorry, not a strong number, but a number for 18 that you like want in your team, then it's like, dude, I don't know. Maybe you just nuff out. But
I agree.
I think there's more playing than nuff, but I will say, like until round 20 when Samuela Finau's back, Alex Seyfarth might split minutes at second row, but I don't think it'll be with Tony Sukar. I think Tony Sukar's that 80-minute player or 70-minute player there. I think Sione Finau's like a 50-minute player max, and I think that's kind of reflected in his minutes from the last couple of the weeks, except on the week. That was when Kaipis Paul went down. They had to find an emergency second row. So, bar injury, I think he's more of a 50-minute player, and then Seyfarth might come on at second row. I think Tony Sukar is probably the bigger minute player. I think there's a good play there. He's 240K. He's got his price rise this week. If you're going to nuff out and you desperately need some numbers for 18, or you're worried about people maybe getting pulled up for Origin 3, then I think you could easily get him in your team.
Yeah, fair. I won't be taking a chance, but yeah, if you want to out there, go for it. And while we're on the topic of nuffs, if you are looking for one this week, or just generally in the coming weeks, James Walsh, name to go for. Got a long-term injury for the Cowboys, so he won't be playing, so no risk there. 2RF duelled with centre wing.
Yep.
So that's the premium nuff you want to be going for.
Other one, maybe you could consider if you don't have a front row forward nuff, Ethan Roberts.
Yep, another classic one. Well,
FRF, 2RF.
He did find his way to the Tigers bench. I'd be going Miles Martin.
Miles Martin, yeah, actually.
From the Raiders.
That's a great point.
So those of you two go to nuffs or Saxon Pryke if you want to pay a little bit more for a nuff.
I mean, there's probably no point in paying it more.
Just a good bit of banter, mate, just because we own him.
Yeah, nice.
Just relax, everybody. Just a little bit of fun. Saturday, 5:30, Titans versus Penrith. Penrith have named none of their Origin players to back up. So Cleary, I don't even think they're named in the reserve. Oh, they are all named in the reserves. Yeah. Okay. That will be absolutely hilarious. I mean, I know nothing about rugby league if they back up against the Titans from a shorter turnaround and didn't against the Warriors from a longer turnaround.
The only worry that kind of it gives me is like he obviously had a lot of ice on that hip pointer in that first backup, and then Ivan kind of said, I can't remember the exact quote, so I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's like if he didn't have the hip pointer, then he would have been fine to go. Whether he still picked him.
I don't believe a rugby league word Ivan says.
Yeah.
There's no way. Anyway, yep, rest of the Penrith side. Isaac Tongo comes into the centres because Casey McLean's now out for 4 weeks. Luke Garner at the other centre. Liam Martin and IPAP on the edges. I believe that's basically everything normal there.
I think that's all but confirming for me that bar injury, Toto will back up. I don't think they're going to want to play a game with Luke Garner in the centre.
They've done it before, definitely.
They have, but I don't think they will. I think they'll.
I don't know if there's a game to play him.
But I don't think they're in the mindset of resting after every Origin. I think they just took the first one. They were pretty happy with the team.
Isn't this the game to rest though?
You'd think so, but I think they've already rested. I don't think they'll rest them every game.
Fair.
Well, I think there's every chance Cleary plays as well because he wants the Dally M points.
That's mental. If I'm Penrith, I've lost 1 game all season. I am so far ahead, like on the top of the comp. I just can't see. I can't think of any reason I'm playing those guys this week, but
it's a greedy play.
We'll see how it goes.
It's a
greedy play.
But if Nathan Cleary's in your ear saying, I want to play because I want to win the Dally M, are you really going to deny him that?
If you play Nathan and he does his hammy like 20 minutes into the game against the Titans.
Like you can do that any week.
Yeah, but if you play from a backup, you are more likely to be. Like, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Anyway, for the Titans, Tino has been named to back up at prop, which I think is interesting. Otherwise, an unchanged Titans side, I think, from last week against the Tigers when they actually played pretty well.
Yeah, they played all right.
Right on the Titans. I think that's it from that game. Oh, Jalen DeGroote drops out. Who does that mean comes back in? Oh, yeah, JJ Fafita named to back up as well. Yeah, I forgot he existed. Saturday, 7:35, Dogs against Manly. The big news, Tom Trbojevic comes back into the side at fullback for the Manly Sea Eagles. So poor old Clayton drops out. The factory of fullbacks continues to churn.
Actually injured anyway.
Oh, yeah, he's injured.
Oh, he did do his something, didn't he? I remember that happening now. Was it hammy?
Yeah, weird mechanism.
I do remember this happening now.
Yeah.
Manly side looks unchanged. Otherwise, for the Dogs, Kiraz is named on the wing. Highly speculated he might miss out, so it seems like he's going to be all good. Connor Tracy keeps his spot at fullback for now. Kurt Mann named to start at 9 with Bailey Hayward coming off the bench and unchanged from the Dogs otherwise. I guess the big talking point here is Turbo. Got a monster break even as far as I'm aware. I believe he costs $650K flat. Yeah, $650K, 140 break even. I'm hearing people say they might buy this week. I think this is just an extremely obvious. You let him play his 2 games.
Yeah.
You let him tank.
Big break even as well.
Yeah. It might be like $500K by the time you buy him for the Parramatta game in 18.
Yeah.
Seems like
it's the most obvious blueprint.
Yep.
I don't know if I can go back, guys.
I definitely can. For $500K flight, I can definitely go back.
Yeah, I can definitely go back to it. I've almost penciled it in, to be honest, barring he stays fit. 500K. I've avoided the turbo pain earlier in this year, so if he stays fit, it'll be like happy days. If he doesn't, it's just ticks off my 1 turbo pain per season. So It just feels like one of those metrics you got to hit. You got to buy turbo at least once in a season.
I mean,
surely.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, sewer to turbo for me in 18 is just absolutely locked in.
Really? You'd look at that.
100%. Well, I'm not going to sell Ponga or Teddy. I'm a Teddy believer.
What if Teddy pumps out 30 on the weekend again?
I'm a Teddy believer. I'm ready at this stage to just believe.
What would Sewer have to show you in the next
Quite a lot.
2 weeks? Really?
Quite a lot, yeah.
I think Sewer entered my team in before round 3. I think he'll be there in the last game of the series.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. It could be tighter. I mean, if you're probably right. If Teddy gets like back-to-back 30s and Sewer gets back-to-back 100s, that would probably change the conversation. But I don't know. I think Sewer's done a magnificent job. I don't know. I think
that's fair. I don't think there's anything wrong. I guess it's just differing opinions on.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I mean, I haven't put a ton of thought into it, but I just looked at my team and I thought Sewer would probably be the one.
I just remember selling Sewer whenever I did those couple of rounds ago, and then I think he performed that round when I traded him out. And then
he's had 2 good weeks.
He's been fine in that other week. Yeah,
it has been 2 good scores, but yeah, I'm still
goal kicking's doing him some favors though.
That is also true though.
Yeah, but Meany is still out for a little bit longer,
and he's also a shocking goal kicker. But yeah, you're right. Meany is out for a bit longer. Anyway, we'll see. Another 2-week audition between Teddy and Sewer.
I mean, that pretty much I think lines up with when Meany gets back. So
you reckon he'll be back for 19?
Somewhere around then.
Okay,
I'll pull it up while you continue talking.
You might be able to go Teddy up to Terrell Siegwalt maybe by then. That could be a good
it'd be pretty
move.
close actually. Yeah. Yeah,
that was actually some great chat.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Nick Meany 18 supposedly.
So. Okay, so he'll be back in 19 anyway. 19. So that could just line up with. It might just be a pretty nice spot to move on.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Warriors versus the Cowboys Sunday 2 p.m. Khan Pereira still out. He is now out with I believe it's a quad cork.
Yeah.
So Nickel Klodstad's come onto the wing. Tamara Mont keeps a spot at 7, but a wild Luke Metcalf named in jersey 20 on the bench. So we'll see what happens there. Warriors forward pack the same as last week against the Sharks. Mitch Barnett has not been named to back up. He's in the reserves along with Capewell, so we'll see what happens there. I reckon there's every chance Marner Mitch just had the day off, to be honest.
I maybe disagree slightly.
Okay.
I think they're low on middles. I don't think he'll steal any of Jackson Ford's minutes, but I think there's a way he sneaks onto the bench and maybe just steals a few from Tanner Stower-Smith.
I was impressed by Stower-Smith last week, to be honest.
No, he's great, and Dimitri Varmunga also great, but I just think without Fish, there's a chance he might come on the bench and play like 30 minutes, especially with a Sunday backup.
Well, surely he'd start if he's going.
Oh, I don't think
bring him back in.
I think they'll just bring him back in and play him for 30 minutes off the bench. Just be that impact.
Maybe
like when he was coming back from his injury, I guess is my sort of thinking there. They might just come on, play 30 minutes, and then
yeah, okay.
I can see both arguments, to be honest, but I just wonder if he backs the depth. He doesn't risk another front rower in going down.
I'd be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is great depth there, but I just think Dimitri Varmunga is probably the only middle on the bench that you'd want to play for decent minutes, right? Like I'm looking at this bench and I'm not that excited.
I mean, yeah, but that's basically covers your minutes. I think Clark just plays more minutes. Vimalga and Tanner Sauer-Smith basically just split the other role, and Ford plays 80. I think that works.
Yeah. How many minutes?
Nick Corey can move into the middle as well. Nick Corey's named on the edge, and you just put that
Eddie.
That Eddie guy. I'm not saying that last name. Onto the edge. I reckon that works fine. But yeah, I can see. I wouldn't be completely blown away. I just think he probably won't. For the Cowboys, the big news: Jackson Purdue moves to 5'8". Labour and Chester in the centres. Tao Lungi finally comes back into the side on the wing. And the other big news: Jeremiah Nanai. Forgot that guy existed this year.
Yeah.
Comes back to starting on the edge with Helam Lukey. Ruben Cotter named to back up in the 13 jersey. Young Jeremiah. Wow, good to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never buy him.
Nah, but I guess we'll get the first look at how the Lukey role continues, hopefully for 80 minutes.
Jeremiah
back.
Jeremiah is a left guy, though?
Yeah.
So
Lukey
should
be
be
no chance.
I think Lukey still plays 80 at least for this match.
Who owns Lukey still?
Me.
It is both of you. I'm the only one who sold.
Yeah.
Because I say hold 12. That's right.
Yeah. Not a bad decision.
Lots of sacrifices have been made to hold 12. If he's not named in 18, it's going to be bad.
If he is, I'll be bringing him straight back in, I think. So
maybe. Jeez, he's spenny, though.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bit of money, so.
Probably. Sunday, 4 p.m, Storm versus the Raiders. Joe Chan, that famous back rower, named at centre. Who does that? Oh, yeah, because no Nick Meany. That's right. Otherwise, looks like an unchanged Storm side to me. Cooper Clark and Lasardi on the edges. Trent Liero named to back up in the 13. Obviously, Grant and Munster named to back up as well. For the Raiders, Tamale returns to the side on the wing. He didn't play last week. So Chris Timoko, Savage, Strange named to back up. Obviously, you imagine he won't play that much. Same as Hudson Young. And Jaden Brayley returns to his common 13 jersey that he's been holding for most of the year. Jed Stewart dropped out the side. That's who I was trying to work it out. Zach Hoskins still named to start, though.
Yeah.
So it seems like Zach is going to be locked in for...
And no Noah Martin on the bench, which we kind of feared in 16. So it's good to see.
Yeah, he might be delayed. Well, we actually haven't heard anything about Noah Martin.
Yeah.
No, that's just like a guide. Like there was no actual confirmation that he'd be back in 16. So he could be delayed. You never know. Might get Hosking all the way up till round 18 bye, basically, I reckon.
Yep.
Even if he is fine, I don't see Ricky pushing him straight back into this side, to be honest.
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we?
Ricky does love the couple of games in New South Wales Cup, build the fitness, then back in. So.
He's just a young player as well. He had a fantastic start to the year. Hosking's playing well now.
Yeah.
Just rock with that.
Yeah.
Raiders aren't making the 8, I don't think. I mean, they won't be thinking like that, but I'm pretty sure they're a long way off it.
Yeah.
Final game of the round, Sunday 6:15. Another Sunday 6:15 game, which is like, oh, that's actually a decent game. Wish it wasn't Sunday at 6:15.
Yeah.
Roosters against the Sharks. Everyone named to back up. Teddy in the side, Toyer in the side, Mark in the side, Walker in the side, Collins in the side, Radley in the side, Watson in the side. So full backups named. We'll see how that persists. I reckon there's every chance they don't play at least one of those backmen particularly. I think Rex Bethinkwake was really good last week. I think you just play Rex again.
Who would be in line? Probably Toya for a rest.
I think you give Toyer a rest.
But I don't know. I think it is a Sunday game at 6:15.
Fair. I don't know.
It's just whether they want to slowly rotate some players for a rest or not. I don't know. That's up to them, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know who they play in 19, whether that's more of a high-profile game that maybe that's a better option. Parramatta. Okay, maybe that's your opportunity to rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But whether they get a couple of rests now and then a couple of rests then, who knows?
Fair. For the Sharks, looks like an unchanged side to me, except for a wild Nico Hines named in jersey 22.
And a wild
Brayley as well after a broken arm.
That's crazy.
But a wild Nico Hines might finally answer my prayers and return to the field, which would be, novel.
I do find it interesting they might risk those two players early.
Oh, I said
bye next week as well. Why would you not just give them till 18?
I said last week I think they'll go till 18. But
I heard somewhere. Oh, actually, I remember where. Anyway, I heard that they could S&C coaches kind of like to get them in before this bye, kind of give them a little run around the park, and then kind of just get them back into a normal training load, and then back in the round after. Apparently, it's a typical sort of pattern that they
put them in the reserves and then
like to do.
Like
I don't know. It could be
off the bench or like.
Nah, I reckon they'll just put them into the game. But I don't know. I don't know.
Baptism of fire as such.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, yeah, he's clearly got to pass some kind of fitness test. Otherwise, they would have just put him in the starting side.
Yeah.
So we won't know till later on whether he actually plays.
Yeah, we'll see. Did we talk about Cody Ramsey dropping out of that Roosters side? Small little implication for Supercoach owners.
Yeah, no Cody Ramsey.
I mean, I did.
That's right. Tommy Talau stayed in the side. That's right. My apologies.
Yeah. Did kind of expect it eventually, but yeah, a bit sad for
Tommy Talau though.
Not really, but bigger body on the wing. Out
of
their end.
Cody Ramsey's not been having the hottest return to the NRL, to be honest. He's been okay. But
I thought he looked pretty good last week. Like, I know he played obviously a different position of fullback and the Roosters did get humped, but I thought he was trying pretty hard.
No, he definitely tries.
You can't fault his logic. His effort. Sorry,
he definitely
not
tries.
Logic. You can't fault his effort, but I don't think he's a winger. I think he's a fullback. I think he's just slightly too small to be on the wing. He doesn't really offer a lot out of their end.
He debuted at wing.
Yeah.
I think he's a winger. I don't think you have to. I don't think there's got to be immediate pressure that he's a first game and now he plays every single game. I think it's okay to give him a little bit of a rest, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Anyways, team list done for the week. Let's move into our main segment, the Pod Watch. Now, Elliot said it before nicely. These aren't players that we're like, oh, these are fantastic must-buys this week.
Yeah.
These are just guys to consider. If you want to go a little bit different, if you like the stats or whatever that we present or the logic, could be someone to have a flyer on. Could be a good way to break away from the crowd. I'm going to start. I reckon how we do it is we start with like the more commonly owned guys and go backwards. So I've got someone who is 6.1% owned inside the top 10%. Does anyone have someone who's more owned than that?
I have 6.3.
Okay, let's go with you then, mate.
All right, lads. This is the one I was tossing up whether I put forward or not because it's going to pain our hearts.
Oh, sorry. I will actually say before we start, we are not going to talk about, or we'll briefly mention him, but guys like Hudson Young, Dylan Lucas, Origin afflicted guys who everyone knows we want them in anyway.
Yeah. And I would preface this by saying these are probably people I won't actually bring in, bar a couple of injuries. But if there was a couple of injuries, then I might have a look at some of these guys.
Yeah.
All right, lads, this is going to recreate some pain in our hearts. Arama Howe.
Oh, what are you doing to me, Ben?
Currently 6.3% owned. Obviously back to start for the Titans. Had some great numbers on the weekend. I'll just pull it up quickly. But I was pretty impressed by his effort. Now sitting outside Zane Harrison, who's less of a ball runner than JC, means he's probably going to be used more as a truck up the field. And we know how he likes to shift into the middle defensively. Currently 400K, 92 with 1 try on the weekend and 1 line break assist. Excuse me. So take that out. That's still a solid 60 plus in base power. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to get that every game, but I think he's probably pretty consistently going to breach that 60 plus every game for you.
Yeah, I don't hate that. And obviously with the front row duel, obviously a little bit better value there. I just wonder where he fits into the front row if you've got like Payne Haas, Jackson Ford, Terrell May already up there. I mean, obviously if you want him at second row as well, it's a possibility. But yeah, honestly, I don't hate it, Ben.
Yeah, honestly, it's like I was more so thinking of it maybe as like a 2RF6.
And they just play him on like...
Oh, it's 2RF5, sorry.
The only problem with these Titans guys, I've been thinking, if you want him at like that 5 or 6, you probably want to play him on matchup. But then it's like, what matchup's actually good for the Titans? Like, I don't know. They don't really score that many points.
Yeah.
Except like, I guess they did against the Tigers. So maybe that's actually a stupid argument. But yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, back-to-back games against Manly and Broncos where he got 48 and 47 just in base power. Yeah. I feel like it's not quite the...
It's not insane, but I do think he is underpriced. And if
he's definitely underpriced.
Yeah, what is the price? Did you...
418.
418.
He's underpriced.
But yeah, I don't know.
Don't mind him, mate.
That was probably the one that I had on the fringe of like, I probably wouldn't do it because there's so much tour up to depth. But yeah, interesting name to throw out there.
Don't mind it.
I don't think he's too far off like a Lasardi or someone like that at the moment.
Yeah, okay. I don't think he's... Yeah, I think Lasardi's better, but yeah, he's not worlds away. And
well, I'd also like to say, I guess I have just clowned on the Titans, but there is probably attacking upside there, being outside Zane Harrison. Obviously, we know he finds the attack when he turns it on and has these good matchups, so I don't hate that. And in terms of against Lasardi, he probably does have more attacking upside, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And at that lower price, I mean, we're going to look to downgrade some guys, probably to Nuffs, but like... Maybe if you only needed 100K 1 week to go up to like a Cleary or whatever it is, maybe he's a solid option. I don't know.
Could be a useful number for sure.
The only discredit I had, well, a couple of discredits, obviously, he is way more expensive than enough. Like if he was 300 or 350, you'd probably consider it more. It's also the fact that he doesn't play 18. That was probably the other thing I was sort of deterrent. But I don't think it's a bad play if you do need to go down slightly, but you need a player for the next 2 weeks. I don't think there's anything wrong with going Arama Howe and just keeping him for a little run. So, yeah.
Nice. All right, I'm going to hit my first one. At 6.1%, this is a Dan classic, one of my favorite kind of guys to have a look at every year. Jerome Hughes, halfback, 567K. Now his base power is pretty bad. He's averaged 31 across the season, but like he's got many games where he goes below 30. So prepare for some pain there. But we all know it's Jerome Hughes. What he does, he gets attack. This season got 3 tries and 17 assists in, I'm pretty sure it's 11, 12 or 13 games, one of those numbers. So he's averaging close to 1.5 assists per game. So he gets stuff done. I think draw's really good. They go Raiders, Manly, then they've got a bye, and then it's Titans, Roosters, Souths, Dogs, Manly again. So I think it's not a perfect draw, but I think it's pretty good. I think there's a lot of people who have either Sol Cleary or might have Tamara Martin, the halfback, shifted to 5'8", things like that. I think Jerome Hughes is a decent option. I think he's a better player than 567K. I don't think he's a hold for the entire season. He might be a bridge to a Hines or a Cleary or something like that. But I think he's a decent bridge. I think he's got a good short-term appeal for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Don't hate that.
I guess my only knock would be, like in a world where most people will have Cleary and Hines, are you going to burn a flex spot on Jerome Hughes?
I don't think most people do have Cleary Hines, to be honest.
But like we'll want, round 20, you're probably going to want them both, right?
That's still a long way away.
Yeah,
like he can play. He can play 3 or 4 games. Before
he doesn't play major either.
No, but he can play 3 or 4 games before then. Before you bring Hines in again.
This is true. Yeah.
I think it's a decent short-term option. If you don't want to risk, because like he's 300k less than Hines. Like Hines is obviously a gun, and there's a reason that gap exists. But I think that's a significant gap.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a guy for the run home, and it allows you to get like maybe a keeper back in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Don't hate it.
Don't hate it at all.
the play.
Nice.
Do you want to rattle off one of your players then, or are we going to go ownership?
Oh yeah, whatever you want to do.
I think we just go. I just think we just go. You say one of yours now.
All right, my first guy is Cam McInnes.
Ooh, I don't hate it.
I actually had him, and I took him out because I thought someone else would do it. So I'm grateful I did.
That's a cool shout. That's a cool shout.
Cam McInnes. So his last, his minutes, basically returning from injury, he's hovered around that 40-minute mark. His last 3 minutes games have been 40, 54, and then 70 he played on the weekend. Jesse Colquhoun, I believe, sustained an injury. I don't think it was the last match. Maybe the match before, something like that.
Oh, yeah, last match.
Last match. Maybe that's why he played more, but I think they know who Cam is. I think you could watch the minutes here in the next sort of week or two, and then he could be a good number for 18, in my opinion. Nice little pod option to fly under the radar. And at 0.3% owned and 505k, solid downgrade option, in my opinion. But
I think it's a really cool shout.
I think his name speaks for himself. Sorry, Ben.
No, you're fine. Just to support your idea as well, because I did have a little spiel prepared. The only reason he hasn't been playing 80 minutes or close to like he was last season is the fact that Colquhoun was so good to start the year. I think now that Colquhoun's injured, there's no way they're going to burn a sub for the sake of it. They're more likely to swap on like a Billy Burns or someone like that into a second row than take Cam McInnes off. We know what he is. He's just a tackle bot and a run machine. Like that's all he does. He's not going to have much power. He does no attacking upside, but I'll tell you what, he could easily be up there with like a Jackson Ford as a tackle bot. Maybe not with the power, but I could see him averaging between 60 and 70 easily for the next 5 weeks.
With the minutes, if the minutes are
With
there.
the minutes. But I think there's no reason for them to not play the minutes now. Like, who is their next lock in line? I don't think they have one.
Yeah, I guess it just depends how they view Jesse Colquhoun, to be honest.
But yeah, I think this game on the weekend is a big tell as to how that goes. Obviously, the only sad thing is Sharks have bye in 17, so you're not going to get 2 weeks to have a look. But I don't think it's a bad option at all, especially if you're looking for like a number for 18. I think you're right. He'll be a strong number.
Yeah, I like it. Who was their other starting front rower to start the year?
Toby Rudolph.
Because obviously he's now injured for a few weeks.
He's injured as well.
Hazelton starts on the bench. Kafusi starts on the bench. Colquhoun starts in the front row. Yeah, fair. I think it's a cool shout. Ben, who's your next one?
All right, I've got a name for you, and that is Sir Paul Alamotti.
I also went with Paul Alamotti.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan.
No, mate, no, that's cool. I kind of expected it, to be honest. I love Paul. Off you go, mate. Go for it.
To be honest, I only changed recently from Cam McInnes to Paul Alamotti, so I'm a bit sad I've stolen one of yours. But,
that's fine.
Look, he had a bit of a slow start to the year, and obviously that was to do with the Panthers only discovering their left edge, basically. Like every bit of traffic for the first probably close to 10 weeks just went down the left edge. But I'll tell you what, since they've discovered they can attack both sides of the field, Paul Alamotti's gone 70, 100, and 109. Obviously, another credit to that is that he may kick goals if Cleary continues to not play. So if he doesn't play this weekend, he'll kick goals. If he doesn't play 18, Paul Alamotti will kick goals. I think there's great value in that. They've got some pretty easy matchups in like this week against the Titans and then the Bunnies in 18. There's going to be hella points. If he's kicking goals, that's going to add an extra 20 or 30 maybe to his score for that day.
Yep.
And at 600k, he's honestly underpriced. You'd have to get him this week just because he does have the break even of 1. But look, honestly, I think it's green lights there. I mean, we know how powerful centers are with the tip on. He's named on the wing this week, but if there's any world they don't want to play Garner and Toto comes in, then he'll shift straight back to center. I think he's a great option there.
Left center as well, which is definitely the center you want to be at. I agree. I've got basically the same points.
Slightly disagree. I think they'll move Tonga over and they'll play.
I'd be amazed. Tonga's a right center.
But Tonga played there on the weekend when Casey McLean got injured. They didn't swap him.
I reckon that could just be once he's there, you may as well keep him there. Tonga's a right center.
Yeah, either way. I don't think it matters either way. You'd want him on either side.
Yeah.
He's probably better on the left. But yeah.
I think he's better on the left, but right's still cool. I've got basically the same points. I've also got his base power. He's averaged 44 base power across the season. But over the last 7 games, it's been actually an average of 49. So he seems to be finding a bit more consistency there. So a guy who's already got a floor of like basically 50, plus goal kicking, plus attack and threat playing for Penrith. I think for the next 3 weeks, could genuinely just be a absolute special. Maybe, I mean, it might gain you 100, 150K, could get some big points, and 1.5% owned in the top 10%.
Don't hate it. Definitely don't hate it.
I don't hate the ball shout.
And if you can get a piece of the Penrith Panthers without, I don't know, forking out for Jenkins or whoever the other outside backs sort of protrude to be there.
Yeah.
You
just want to go someone a little bit different instead of Jenkins, who everyone's probably going to go for this week.
Yeah.
Nice. My second one.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, does it worry you at all that he doesn't, like the only other real match where he kicked goals against New Zealand, he kicked like 50%? 2 from 2. 2 from 4, sorry.
I think he's a decent enough goal kicker.
Yeah.
Generally.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I haven't watched him goal kick a ton in a while. I feel like he was not dreadful.
Okay, cool.
But I just think most of those 2 games, there's going to be that many opportunities to kick, even if he goes 50% and he's only gaining 2 per 2 kicks. Like, he could easily get 10 to 20 more points there.
Cool.
Like, I do agree with you though. It's not like he's no Latrell Seagwalt.
Yeah.
Nice. My second pod. I actually really like this guy. He's one of my Supercoach favorites again. At 2.7% owned. What if I told you guys I've got a player whose base power is very similar to Finafuiaki, Hamole, and Lasati, but for sub 600K? Siwa Wong.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. 596K. His base power this season has average of 67 in base power for the entire year. He's never had an 80-minute game where he's gone below 55. So extremely consistent. So you're basically getting his price with that comfortably. His attack is not elite. I kind of thought playing outside DCE, like we know Hamole, loads of tries and whatever. He's only got 2 tries and 1 try assist this year. I think that's unders. I think he's got the potential for more in the back half of the year. That's not really based on anything. That's just based on it feels like it should be a good position.
Yep.
I think it's a really interesting option. I think he's at a pretty good price. Like, he's a significant downstep from... He's 200K less than Hamole. Obviously, he's got less attacking threat than Hamole. But I think his base power is great. I think he's a good team in the Roosters. I think that 80-minute role is absolutely locked in. People talk about, like, Angus Crichton for the entire year. I think Wong's just slipped under the radar as a really consistent guy. And I think he's cheap.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love my boy Wong.
I just think we've talked about how hard it's going to be already to get all these premium second rows in because there's not enough positions.
Yeah, but it's not about that. It's a pod.
Yeah. But yeah, you are spot on there. I think he is in a great spot. I just fear with Teddy sweeping both sides that maybe Turbo didn't do quite as much. I don't know. DC hasn't been spamming the short sides like he did at Manly.
No, he has not. He has not. Definitely has
which
not.
could be more of the system, but I think CL Wong has some upside there. I think you're spot on.
Definitely has not been doing all those short balls. Who's your next one, mate?
If I told you this guy was averaging, in 2RF, he was averaging 2 points less than Lasati, averaging 2 points less than Rauchman, only averaging 6 points less than Helam Lukey within this heater of a season that he's had. Which player would you think I was?
I'd say he might have played like 2 or 3 games.
No. Jordan Ricky.
Jordan Ricky. Yeah. Nice. Big Jordan.
It's
been a good year for Big Jordan, hasn't it?
0.1% owned in the top 10%.
Wow, that's low.
Obviously, coming back from that plantar fasciitis injury. It didn't look amazing against Souths. Still knocked out a 53 in a big destroying. Looked possibly still a little hampered by that foot. But yeah, solid option, I think, for the run home if the Broncos heat up. Got a couple of weeks to look at it. Obviously, the Broncos don't even play they do play 18. So
don't play 19 though.
So don't play 19 though.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think it's an interesting option.
I like Jordan.
Yeah, you've got like a basey sort of guy that has a low floor and then
high floor.
High floor, sorry. And then solid option, I think.
He's found his attack this year. 3 tries. That's more than other years.
Yep.
Yeah,
and 2 assists,
not a notable
as well.
try scorer.
Yeah, 2 assists. Yeah. Wait, I don't see any assists here.
Oh, no, sorry.
2 contributions.
Contributions. Anyway, yeah, I think that if the Broncos heat up, he could be a solid option there. Have a little bit of upside there. Zig while others zag.
I like it.
I probably won't be doing it, but I can't rule it out.
Yeah, it's zigging while others zag. We're not suggesting
that we're going to do all 3.
Absolute guns here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I like Jordan Ricky.
All right. Ripping down to my last. Do you have another one prepared?
Yep.
Oh, you do. Oh, awesome. At 0.5% owned in center wing, Billy Smith.
Oh.
Now.
Oh.
We
Go on.
We all laughed at Hugo Savala when he played 3 games. He proceeded to not go below 51 playing left centre for the entire time.
Fair.
There was obviously great scores every week, finding tries or assists. The Roosters love to go to the left, and often it is through the hands. Now, Billy Smith finds himself a unique opportunity with Hugo Savala injured for a bit.
HIA.
Yeah, sorry, HIA, but out for this week. I think there's a real world he could hold that spot or hold the spot on the left wing while Tupou's injured.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be a genuine short-term option. I don't think he's a season keeper, but I don't know. Could be a bit of a pod there. I kind of like the role that he's come into. He's 500K. He's had 2 great scores back-to-back. I think it's a good option there for me. And obviously got that 80-minute role locked. So just nice. A bit of a interesting pod, but yeah, I'll toss his name in there.
It was a good base last week,
Solid.
that's for sure.
Yeah, his last 3 scores have been like pretty alarmingly good.
Yeah. I don't mind it at all. 533K is pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
Very nice, mate.
I think just off name and the fact that we owned him last year, bought him when he was a solid cash cow option and thought he would grow into a role and just plotted.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've been burned by Billy Smith
Lots of
last
plotting
year,
occurred.
I
don't mind that at all. Yep. All right, my last name. What if I told you?
What if I told you?
I've got a guy here who plays in round 18, okay? So it could be good for one for you, mate. A little extra buy number. His base power, extremely consistent, okay? Basically, just holds around 40 every single time. One of the major benefits of the new assist rule. Plays for a good side on a good edge. Only costs 630K. And he plays the Dragons this week. Bradman Best.
Oh, very
1.3%
very
owned.
Good.
Negative 12 break even. Listen to his base and power numbers in 80-minute games. 42, 39, 38, 39, 40, 41. So a variance of 4 points there from 38 to 42. So extremely consistent. Yeah, 2 tries and 9 assists in 6 full games. Dragons, Tigers, Dolphins, Bunnies, Sharks, Roosters, and then it starts to get a little bit tougher. Broncos, Raiders, Titans, and then you finish the season with Manly, Wars, and obviously they buy in 27. I think Bradman Best is a legitimate play.
Yeah.
A legitimate play.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you sold Marju or missed the boat on Marju, definitely great option to get a piece of that Knight's Edge, to be honest.
Yeah. And even if it doesn't look perfect for a few weeks at negative 12 break even, you can move him on to someone else. But I think he could generally be a keeper anyway. I think 631K is unders for a guy like Bradman Best.
Yep. I love that, honestly.
Yeah. I reckon I might have talked myself into it now. Jenkins might get kicked to the curb.
Nice. No, I love that.
Who have you got, mate?
Can I just rip through some notable mentions?
Love it.
So I've got Murray Taulagi at 0.0% owned. I just think the Cowboys' draw for the run home looks solid. And then obviously if Drinkwater heats up, I think Murray might find a piece of that attack.
Nice.
More or less a vibes pick. Obviously has suffered a couple concussions this year, so I think the price is down
what is his
a
price?
little bit. Great question. You'll probably find it before me.
650. Oh, it's a tad high.
Sorry. Yeah, true.
He's got 100 break even, though.
100 break even.
I'm a Murray fan.
One to watch, potentially. Bit of a Rogington, but
I
thought it was funny at 0.0% owned.
What's the actual number? What's the number of coaches? Do you know?
6.
Yeah, that's mad.
6. No, but like it's mad how 6 coaches have him.
Any of those traded in this week, I wonder? Let me do some journalism
It's actually a good question.
Let me do some journalism. Murray Taulagi. Yeah, 4 this week.
But
4 traded out.
Oh.
So 10 people owned him.
How? Like genuinely
That's
how?
unbelievable.
Genuinely Arama how?
Arama how, bro.
Some other notable mentions you could keep an eye on. Karapani, if the Broncos light up a bit, 2.4%.
Nice.
Ben Travojevic at 0.9.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything could really happen there, I guess. He's scored a lot of tries, I believe.
Yeah, we've mentioned Ben a lot this year, haven't we?
He's come up. He's definitely come up in the stat spotlight, I believe. So yeah,
more than
once. You've got Tino post Origin putting up solid numbers. If you wanted that high floor guy in your second row, solid option.
Yeah, I like Tino.
Adam Dewey obviously coming back from injury is just like one to keep an eye on. 0.3% owned.
Back in the reserves this week as well.
My boy.
Extended reserves, that is.
Yep, he is.
You've got AJ at 1.4% if you wanted to double stack that edge. You're paying a premium for him, obviously coming off a big score as well. But yeah.
He's a gun.
If Turbo comes back, not Turbo, if Trell comes back and cooks, maybe. Obviously, you've got Turbo coming back this week, I put in, and then you've got Scotland Drinkwater with a solid run home. Probably going to be cheap after this little buy stint. I think they've got wires into Penrith, so maybe the price can drop a bit there and then get on him for the run home. But there are a lot of options we've sort of highlighted, and obviously you got Teddy maybe heating up, Ponga, Sewer, Turbo. Obviously it's going to be hard to fit him in. But yeah, anyway, those are the honourable mentions. On to my last pick. We all love Fozball, don't we?
We all love Fozball. Oh, no,
Lehigh Hopewadi.
Oh my! I thought you were going to say Jason Saab for a second.
Lehigh Hopper. You just had a mini heart attack.
Yeah, and I had like flashbacks. It was like PTSD. Lehigh, yeah, I like Lehigh.
Okay, Lehigh Hopewadi.
I love this shout.
0.6% owned in the top 10%.
Wow.
Season average of 64.3. It's fair enough, but nothing crazy.
Not bad.
Has scored 10 tries in his last nine games.
Wow.
Turbo is obviously returning, which probably boosts the stocks. You would probably say. And now, let's get a bit of tinfoil hatty. Let's get. You know what? No, I'm going to pivot to my Sherlock Holmes hat. Now, these stats are relatively cherry picking. Not too crazy, but relatively cherry picky. Obviously, everyone loves Fozball. I already started with that.
Yes.
He only plays 67 minutes in Magic Round. No idea why. Maybe he sustained a little niggle. Who knows? His then next two games are a little bit lower in base. If you have a look at the runs, he's not really running over the 8 meter mark.
Okay.
It kind of has dropped off the last 2 weeks. So if you line it up, give him maybe a week, get him in 18, could be a potential shout. Maybe his base comes back to normal. Without those last 2 games, though, his average has been 79.4 in the Fozball era. That is better than the likes of Greg the Leg this season, Jack Bostock this season, Marky Mark this season, King Kiraz this season, Kalen May this season, Cale Iro, the man with the shortest name in the NRL this season, Casey McLean this season, Tolu Kola this season, Brian To'o this season.
I tell you what, I actually love it. He's got a fat break even as well.
Yeah.
I think that's an unreal shout, by the way.
We talked before about how easy their run is for the next little bit.
Yeah.
With Lockouts, so yeah.
You look at him for a week or two, bring him in 18 for Parramatta into North Queensland and Titans. Tell you what, you've actually
Rant over, guys.
I love it.
Ultimate Fozball.
I think we've got some unreal shouts there, boys, by the way.
Yeah, there's some good options there. I'm grateful that we didn't go basic and just get Dylan Lucas and Keon and
Boring.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to bring in Hudson Young. He's a pod. Yeah, well done, mate. Nice, boys. That was incredible. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fun, actually.
Pod watch done for the week.
I definitely have thought about how much depth there really is in centre wing, right? Anyone else like that? Like, I could genuinely see myself doing Alamotti. I could genuinely see myself doing Best. I could genuinely see myself doing Lehigh. Now I've got a lot of people there on the chopping block maybe that probably weren't on the chopping block at all before.
I think that's a good way to say it. I think Jermaine and Bostock especially.
Yeah, Bostock.
You need to impress, gentlemen.
Yeah, Bostock particularly for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Not that he's been bad at all, but like he's kind of maxed out in price.
Yeah.
I imagine so.
I think centre wing, from basically what you just said, I think it's a good chance to go different at centre wing.
And like I know we know who KL Iro is, but I tell you what, he's been disappointing these last.
Yeah, I think I give him
4 weeks.
I think I give him more grace than the other 2 guys I just said, but you are right. He needs to show a little something.
Like 2 hat tricks are great, but if I buy you afterwards, mate, you got to lock in.
Yeah. Anyways, pod watch done for not pod watch, main segment done for the week.
Physio Files, let's do it.
Physio Files.
All right, ripping through the Physio Files. So JFH, so James Fisher Harris, obviously, and Lecker are 2 to 3 weeks away. But obviously, depending on setbacks, etc., then that could be subject to change.
Who's Lecker?
If it laps in
You'd know, wouldn't you?
I don't even know who that guy is. I've never heard of him. Never heard of the fella.
You've been Men in Blacked.
I mean, let's hope so.
Izzy Katoa suffered a potential MCL injury, but he's been named to play this week and apparently is good to go. Obviously, we had the scare with the Sarko as well. We were given a 1 to 2 or 4 to 8 week timeline. He's named to back up. So great news there for owners that bought him last week. Casey McLean is at least out for 3 weeks, but could be more up towards that 4 to 5 week range. Obviously confirmed that KPP did do his pec. So I think he's looking at 3 months on the sideline, which is really sad to see. Dewey been progressing slowly. He's looking at either around 17 or round 18 at this stage. So despite being named in the extended this week, I would not expect him to play. Kiraz obviously named to play this week, despite reports coming out that he had a severe injury. So I don't know what's going on there, but I think Bro just thinks he's Timothy Chalamet. That's okay. Ezra Mam has a grade 3 AC joint injury, so he's looking at either 2 to 4 weeks off. Reynolds, however, was cleared of that hamstring despite needing some attention and leaving the field on the weekend with that. Toby Rudolph out for 2 to 3 weeks with an MCL sprain, so obviously that means Jesse Calhoun moves to start. And obviously Turbo looking good to return this week is named, but obviously could be a late switch out if anything goes wrong there. And then obviously Twal came out during the week and said that he should be back by either round 17 or 18. So great news there. And that's about it for this week. Not too much serious ongoing injury. There's a bit of a timeline discrepancies with like your Noah Martins, your Simmies, etc. that there's just no news on. So I think clubs are getting to that point of the year where if they don't know, they're just not guessing.
Fair.
That pretty much wraps it up for the week.
Nice. No panic buy sells today. We've already talked about a bunch of players to buy, and honestly, the well of players to purchase this week is pretty low. So we're just going to talk about them now in our trades. So my first trade is going to be the pretty common trade of this week: Kaipes Paul to Hamole Olakawatu. I think Hamole is a straight up season keeper. I think he has been incredible since Foran's come in. I think Turbo coming back is not necessarily worse for him at all. It could even be better, depending how things roll. I think he's just a stud. I think you're paying an absolute mozza. The fact that it's 200K to go from KPP to Hamole is really sad.
Yeah.
But that's just life, unfortunately. I'm willing to pay it for a guy of his quality. Now, the second position. I'm going... Who is it out? Oh, yeah, Chester. I thought I sold Chester last week. Guess I didn't. Oh, maybe I sold McLean last week.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm selling Chester. And then this is where I had Jenkins in there, but I'm now thinking, is a sneaky Bradman Best actually a pretty good option? I think maybe. So we'll see. I mean, Brady has a bad score on him, doesn't he? He does have a bad score on him. We'll see. It's gonna be. I definitely want Chester out. I think he's got a fat break even this week from memory. And it's just kind of time, isn't it? Can I see his break even here?
It's about
94. Yeah, I think it's time to go. He's done a magnificent job, but I think I'm willing to cut ties. I'll be bringing in someone. It'll either be Jenkins if I decide to go safe, or I'll go punchy. It'll probably be a Brady, or maybe an Alamotti. Could still have a look at an Alamotti. Yep, that'll be me for the week. Captains. What I currently have is a VC Herbie into a Captain Hamole, which feels, a little bit psycho, but I don't hate it, to be honest. So it might stick with that. I mean, more realistically, what it might be is it'll be like a VC on if Ponga plays him, if I bring in Brady, someone in that Knights Dragons game, and then just Captain Tarame. I just think Tarame at the moment is safe as houses. I think he's guaranteed 80, 90, 100, as we say every single week.
Yeah.
So there's no point overthinking it too much. So that'll be my backup plan. But I do like the idea of having a stab at a Hamole captain, a Herbie captain, someone a little bit more rogue like that. That's
magnificent, mate. Magnificent. Yeah. All right. My team is looking at going unchanged into this round. So I'm looking at making no trades. But I do want to preface, if Kalen Ponga doesn't back up, I would only have 17 in that instance, in which I would probably make a Jenkins trade, I believe. I'd go Reece Walsh to Jenkins, yeah. But I'm kind of liking making no trades if Ponga backs up. I get a full team. I'll get Reece Walsh for next week against the Roosters. Hopefully Origin kicks him into gear. I get one game with him. I probably honestly slap the VC on him that week and just swing for the stars, But yeah, basically no trades this week. Looking at captaining Herbie and VCing Greg Delegmaju. So yeah, fairly simple week for me. But I guess the logic behind that is obviously Reece Walsh, but then also like I get an extra week to look at these like Paul Alamottis, Jenkins, Lehighs, and I think currently as it stands I have 10 numbers for 18. So I kind of want to make sure I get that right in the sense that if someone gets injured, I can get rid of them, or if like I don't know, I just get an extra look and just get to kind of play off the back foot, so to speak. But yeah, that's kind of just my whole feeling about it. But yeah.
Tell you what, I legit reckon Lehigh's a play, by the way.
Yeah.
I
feel so chuffed from
Lehigh's
that.
a play. Yeah.
My pitch has done wonders.
Benos.
Yep.
Oh, wait, did you say captain's VCs?
Yes.
Yeah, Greg the leg into Herbie.
Sorry, I just zoned out.
No, you're
I was
right,
too
mate.
busy thinking about Lehigh, mate. I got Lehigh on the mind.
On the mind. Good stuff.
Not sub.
2 trades for me this week. I obviously don't have the Cleary money that the 2 men to my left do. So I need to find some money, which means it's time for the first official nuff of the season.
What on, mate?
And that will be KPP down to James Walsh. Gives me about 450k, I think. Oh, not
No way.
But like in the bank, considering I already have one.
Yep.
And then nice easy second one, which is just my boy. He has to go, Reece Walsh, to Tom Jenkins. He's just not going to play enough games in the next little bit. I can always buy him back. But yeah.
Have you tempted yourself with a sneaky Alamotti instead?
I have considered it, but I do think I just need to stay diligent and get Jenkins because...
Yeah, so you've got to play serious because you're actually at a decent rank. Like, this is the beauty of being a stinker. Is I just get to, like...
No, don't start.
bring in these bums.
I did float the booster round a second ago, so it's not...
Nah. I think Jenkins is completely solid.
But the thinking behind Jenkins over...
Hamole
is literally just rolling average. So Hamole obviously about to lose his 130, I think it is, in his rolling average. So he'll only hold on to a 96. Jenkins currently has a 148 from last game in his rolling average. So he's about to lose a 52. So I'll pretty much be able, regardless of what Hamole scores this week, I'll be able to buy him for the same price in 2 weeks' time.
Cool.
Once those rolling averages hit. So yeah. Just a bit of cash gen, and then obviously just a nice trade to Jenkins, who I've been looking at all season and need to own eventually. So
Rock solid. Good logic.
And my VCs and captains is VC Greg Marju into Captain Sewer at this stage. I think it's a pretty good matchup at Amy Park with goal kicking as well. He's sticking the needle, but obviously if Nathan Cleary's named to play, I would strongly consider throwing the C on him instead. So that's the other thing with Alamotti, is if Cleary does back up for some unknown reason, then all of a sudden he loses that goal kicking. But yeah, anyway, that's how I'm kind of looking at the moment. I'm sitting Stefano currently, but obviously if Ponga doesn't play, then I'll just flip the reserve up to him. And I currently have Tamari Martin reserved. However, I'm not attached to that. So if Fine Fuiaki backs up or if Cleary backs up, then I'll just reserve them instead.
Very nice.
But yeah, that's my trades and captains for the week.
Should we do some live consensus trades?
Let's do it.
Let's see if I can get there with under 30 seconds to make it worth it. By the way, I will say this while I was just looking at my team. I was thinking I could, because what you just said about Hamole in terms of the 130 is going to drop out, it's actually a really good point. I could forgo Hamole this week and bring in Bradman Best and Jenkins, and I could just go early on dumping Bostock.
Or you could go early on dumping Tui Pilotu.
I don't reckon I'll be able to afford that, to be honest. I mean, maybe. Tuipulotu still has a 0 break even. I'm kind of just hoping he's going to make me a sneaky 100k. And then he can go in 18. Anyway, little side thought. I'll have to look into that more properly. Because Jenkins, you're right. That 148 from last week will mean...
He's going to be a Mozza next week.
Mozzas will
and
be
he'll have a negative break hit.
Can I just add to the Hamole fade? And I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here. But if Queensland do win this...
Oh, no, yeah. I've absolutely considered this. Yeah, sorry.
Go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was just going to say...
tinfoil hat.
Yeah, if Queensland does win this, is there a chance that Laurie just like ships him back into the side?
Probably, but it's only 1 week.
But like in a week where people need numbers for 18... Is it one to consider that maybe you wait off on him?
I know personally that I'm not looking dreadful for 18, but
okay.
For those who are, that's probably a decent point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is
that what you were going to say, Ben?
No, I was just saying it wasn't tinfoil hat of you to suggest that at all.
I think there's a very real chance that he plays in that game for sure. All right. Just looking at this team, by the way, gents, we are in a bit of shambles. So... We've got Ponga as our only fullback because there's Walsh there, obviously.
We've got Hines and Cleary.
Yeah, we got Hines, Cleary, and Jaden Campbell. So, I mean, we need Hines to back up. Sorry, to play, to have a starting half. Oh, wow, this is not looking good, by the way. How much money's in the bank? Well, a little bit. Well, that's something. Okay, so Kai Pearce-Paul, so he can go to somebody. That's nice and easy.
Yep.
Whoever that is. But what do we actually need is the question. So if Ponga doesn't play... And Hines doesn't play, and Cleary doesn't play, we're at shambles. Does it have to be Walsh to somebody?
Yeah, I think so.
But who? It's going to be fullback locked.
Yeah, it is fullback locked.
We do
Iongi.
Yeah.
They're on a bye.
Oh yeah, they are.
Do you go early on turbo?
It's gonna hurt, but yeah, we could do
You
it.
could do that.
We could just go all in. Put the chips
It
in.
may just be time to push our chips in. Does that still mean we can do someone Kuiper Sport to someone decent? 685. I don't think that's enough. Second rows are expensive. The best you can go for, I think,
We
is
get Jordan Ricky.
Tallis Duncan.
Why they
Go
not
for
buy?
Wong.
Wong, Ricky, Cam
Ricky's on a
McInnes.
buy, actually. I kind of forgot about that.
McInnes. We could just hold KPP another week and just kind of wait
I think
because we do have
that's
enough.
probably
We do have
a good
enough
way.
players.
Yeah, I think let's do that.
We go Turbo there. We only play Purdue if Ponga doesn't, and we just hope that Nico plays.
I like it. I think there's a strong chance Nico plays anyway, but obviously we
Or he
don't-
may just
don't
back
know.
up anyway, which would be good stuff.
He, as in him,
Class.
Timothy, Nathan Cleary.
Captains, what we thinking?
Um,
Do you just put it on Turbo? You put a VC.
Yes.
You put a VC on Turbo into.
I don't know, probably safe for it. Captain Terrell. Can you?
No, they before. Why did the
Captain-
Tigers have to play so
Captain
early?
forward, maybe?
Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit tired of these forward 70s.
Yeah.
yeah,
It is North Queensland, though. I feel like if there's a game where base player is going to be flowing, surely.
Maybe we just do that.
I mean, it's not great, but there's not a
is
whole-
it C forward? But then if Nico plays C Hines,
Oh, it's a great shout. Because
Yeah,
you may not
last
know in time the 24-hour cuts, but he might be a 90-minute job to be honest.
yeah,
But okay, we can have it there anyway.
Sounds good.
Nice. All right, I'll leave it there. Tips. I have them right here.
Easy.
Newcastle versus St George Dragons. Newcastle 13 plus.
yeah, Newcastle 13 plus, wheels up.
Newcastle 13 plus as well.
Bradman best. Tigers versus the Dolphins. I'm going to go. Tigers had a good win last week. Fish, I'm missing some bodies. I'm going to go Fish 1 to 12.
I'll go Fish 13 plus.
Yeah, Fish 13 plus for me as well.
Cool. Titans Penrith. Actually, I remember an infamous game. I don't know if it was last season. Yeah, it was last season when the Titans actually gave them a good fight at Seaboss.
Yeah, because they could have won, and then the trainer ran in front of Jaden Campbell.
Good stuff. We'll still go Penrith 13 plus though. No, I changed my mind. Actually, I'm going 1 to 12. I want to be different. Penrith on the 12.
Yeah, I was gonna go
do
on
it-
Penrith
as
1 to
well, mate.
12 as well.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Getting a Penrith 13 plus.
Nice. Dogs Manly. Manly 13 plus.
Yeah, Manly 13 plus. No, I'll go 1 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Manly 13 plus.
Nice. New Zealand versus Cowboys. Can they lose back-to-back games in New Zealand? Feels super unlikely, doesn't it? I want to go Cowboys, but it just feels irresponsible.
Do it.
You know what? I'll do it. I'll go Cows 1 to 12.
I'll go New Zealand 1 to 12. I think they can't lose twice.
You
Yeah.
would think not.
I'm going to go New Zealand 1 to 12 as well.
Hey, you never
I don't
know.
hate the Cows shout, to be fair.
I did tip the Dragons 1 to 12 against the Broncos when
Did.
everyone laughed at me.
For like the 7th week in a row.
Nope, it was the second, you donut.
So many weeks. I was
Melbourne,
so sick of it.
Melbourne Raiders. Raiders are having such a bad year after winning the minor premiership. So under talked about.
Yeah.
Everyone's bagging the Broncos. No one's talking about the milk. I'm gonna go Storm. Isn't this some milestone game for Munster, or have I made that up?
I don't know.
Storm 13 plus.
I'll go Storm 1 to 12.
I'll go Storm 13 plus.
And then finally, Roosters Sharks. This is probably the most competitive game of the weekend, I would say. Yeah, and the odds say that as well. I'm gonna go Sharks. Hang on, no. We need to be more tactical with our Sharks betting. If Nico comes in, I feel like the Sharks should win, which means Roosters 1 to 12.
So yeah, I think the Roosters are going to win this with their Origin stars backing up. So I'm
Okay.
going to go Sharks 1 to 12.
Nice.
I think Rugby League's going to be the real winner, so I'm going to go the NRL 1 to 12.
Nice one, mate.
On a real note.
That was funny.
Gosh, I have no idea. Dad said looked at this the other day and thought, who's going to win? I think Roosters should win. So I'm going to go Sharks 13 plus.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, what did I do? Sharks 1-12.
You said Roosters 1-12. Oh, sorry. No, you did say Sharks 1-12.
I kind of want to up it to 13.
You can do
plus.
that.
That's pretty like copycat. So I'm sorry, Benos,
okay.
but I want to go 13 plus as well.
I mean, you are currently losing the tipping comp, so copycat doesn't really do much for you, mate.
Yeah. Oh well.
Got him.
I had a shocking week last week.
Said he can try and copy greatness.
Okay.
I had like
you
4 out of
You
something.
did a bad week last week, and I had a good week, so I leapfrogged you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. That'll do us for the week, gentlemen. Good show, everybody. Best of luck for your round 16. Hopefully, it's a little bit easier than round 13. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see Nathan Cleary back up.
Okay. Enjoy your footy, everybody, and may your arrows be green. Because mine aren't.